Hey guys, I'm back with another action figure review, and today we're going to take a look at the DC Universe Classics Black Manta. This is the single card release from 2008, which was Wave 2 of the DC Universe Classics. The Build-A-Figure was Gorilla Grodd, and Black Manta here came with the left leg. I don't have that to show to you because I did buy this loose off of eBay. I believe I paid $18 shipped about, which was a pretty good price. Usually goes for closer to, I'd say 25, 30 loose. And then in the package, very strange prices. It's listed on Amazon right now for like 65, but it can also just go for, 40, 50 in the package, maybe on eBay. So, pretty sought after figure. Was also released in a 2-pack with the metallic gold Aquaman. But that Black Manta had a blue suit and I want to say black eyes. But I'm not. I think it was black eyes, but I could be wrong. Let me see here. I think it's on this page I'm looking at. Oh, I can't see it really quickly, so I want to say black eyes, but I'm not positive. And I believe the suit texture on that variant was more rubbery, which would be kind of cool, but this guy is an awesome figure nonetheless. And after I saw Kendall Electric Detonator 1 review it, I just knew, like, oh, I have to get this figure. So I'm definitely happy to finally get it. I've had it for actually a little while now, I just have not had the chance to review it. So I'm happy to be doing so now, and sharing with you how cool he really is. So, I don't have the package, as I said, I bought him loose, so we'll just take a look at the accessories first. And as you can see, he has two, and I was thankfully able to find a seller that is selling him with the accessories, because a lot of the Black Mantas that sell loose on eBay for around the $20 range often are missing one of the accessories, if not both. Most often he's missing his little gun here. It usually comes with a trident, so if you're on the lookout. There's also, if you want to get them for 20 bucks, you can most definitely get them for 20 bucks if you don't mind missing the accessories, but I wanted those, so I kept my eyes open and finally found a deal. And so, yes, the accessories are, as I said, this little gun, which fits very nicely into his hand. Both hands are sculpted just open, like open fists, so you can put the accessories in either hand. So, I have this in his left hand. So I guess it's like or some kind, it looks like kind of like a ray gun or something, but it's all soft rubber, so very flexible. These pieces are flexible. Oops. And it's painted a metallic silver, which looks really nice. And you can see the handle here is also flexible, but it has a nice texture. So it's sculpted very nicely. The lines etched in there. And this is his little gun, and then he has his trident, which also fits pretty nicely in his hand. Alright, so, take a look at that. Hold on just a second. Okay, so his trident has this, as you can see, like a spiral pattern. You can see it moving as I twirl it. So it's like, it has like a texture to it, you can feel that. And then it's pointy at the top with this little piece here. I guess this would be good if you want him to be like throwing the trident. Let's see what that looks like. We probably hold it better because of these little fins that are on it. Yeah, it fits in his the fist fits right over those fins really nicely, so you can just have it like ready to throw. It still kind of folds out, so I don't know if that's really the intended purpose, but it's basically the size of the fist, so I would imagine it has to do with that. Oops. Oh my goodness. Popping his head off. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, I'm just going to set him aside for a second while we look at the trident. So, this is also a soft rubber at the top. All the parts fold, bend. This is a plastic. It's still pliable, but it's plastic, and this is rubber. And now the bottom also has a fin, but this is plastic as well. There's a little fin on each side. and it is curved at the bottom. It's not bent, it's actually curved. So it looks nice, and it looks nice when he holds it. Something about that fin on the bottom being curved looks really cool, I think. Unlike like Aquaman's trident, always straight down at the bottom. So I like that. And again, it's metallic silver, so it looks really nice. And then we just have the figure, who is really nice. And you know, it's funny because we always see like such a reuse of parts in the Mattel DC figures, whether it's DC Universe Classics, Batman Legacy, DC and Batman Unlimited, just all, even from DC superheroes into DC Universe Classics, where there were some reuse of parts. And so we just see the same thing time after time after time, and especially in this case where it's literally just, you know, the male body buck painted black, but it's just the little things that are changed look really nice. So it's still a nice figure, and I'm still, you know, happy with it. So that's, I mean, I guess there's something to say about that, where they reuse the same parts for a reason, I guess, because they're good parts. But it's a little bit of a bummer, but at the same time, you know, he looks really good. So, I mean, it's mostly in part due to the head and the backpack and everything. It just makes him look unique, even though the majority of him is not. But, so yeah, as I said, it's just a male body buck, painted black, and it doesn't have the rubber texture like the blue version of him from the 2-pack, but it is matte finish, especially on the back. And I don't know, I mean, my figure was pretty dusty, so I dusted him off before this, but back seems to be more matte than the front for some reason. But just the matte finish looks really good. It looks like he might have a rubber texture, even though he doesn't. So, and for some reason that's nice. It's kind of like a wetsuit, as most people say. It's like a wetsuit texture, and because he's obviously, you know, in the water, that makes sense. So it's nice. And a lot of figures are glossy, so it's nice to have a change of pace, I guess, too. But yeah, so other than that, it's just the rest of it's unique parts. So I'm gonna give you a close look at the head sculpt and all this that's going on over here. So his head is obviously very different from a normal DCUC figure. It's this flat piece on top of the neck. You know, I might as well just pop it off. So the neck piece is this silver sculpted piece. I'll show you up close here. Has these ridges in it, and this is sculpted onto the body and does not move at all, but it has all this detail on it. And then the ball joint is on the inside of this neck piece. So then the head, which is connected to these hoses, which is pretty cool, floating, it snaps onto the ball joint. And it kind of sits very loosely on the ball joint, like not loose in a bad way, but like you don't kind of feel it really pop on like you do with other heads. So, but you can tell because that gives it a lot of range of motion. You know, it's funny because you saw that the ball joint didn't move back and forth at all. It's just the head that moves on top of that ball joint. But you get a lot of range of motion looking up and down and side to side and around, even though the ball joint itself doesn't move. And as you can see, the head does pop off quite easily. And I just while I have it off, there's some sculpting detail even on the inside of the head, which is really cool. But pop that back on, and again, it doesn't really click, but yeah, so you can see that looks really good. Now, as I said, he's got these hoses, and these are sculpted in onto the top of the head, and they come out, and they are rubbery, as you can see there. They're rubbery, and they're coming in attached into this backpack, which is also sculpted, and looks really good. And this is all silver. It's actually kind of a matte silver, if that makes any sense. It doesn't really shine like, wish I had something silver handy, but it's not like a chrome finish silver. It's really like a matte silver, but it all matches. The backpack and the head and the neck all match. It looks really nice, and these pieces all match, purple. So that's really all there is to him, but it's done really well, I think, and looks really good. So I'm going to go through articulation. And as I said, so the head goes, you know, it can go up and down, and can go around as much as possible. Now, the hoses kind of hinder the articulation in a way where, like, if you try to move them too far one way, they'll kind of pull it back. And if you try to make him look up, sometimes the hoses kind of push him forward again. But it's not too bad. It really, if you kind of hold it there for a second, it'll stay. But that's as far as he looks up, really, and then down, and then around as much as you want. So no neck articulation on the bottom. It's all up in this head. See what I mean? So then the shoulder, everything is standard DCUC after that. The shoulders go around, in and out, bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, or wrist twist, and ab crunch goes forward, and it does go very far back, even with the backpack. It basically goes until the backpack hits. It's got a waist twist, T-jointed hips, forward and back, the cut above the knee, single jointed knee, and your ankle hinge. No rocker. So that's about it for him. Definitely a really nice figure, and I do recommend him for any Aquaman fans especially, or, you know, just DCUC collectors in general. And I'm just going to show you him next to an Aquaman figure. I have my DC Comics Unlimited New 52 Aquaman handy, so, and since he is a DCUC buck, we'll use him. So these are the two of them next to each other. Kind of get them standing up straight here. Yeah, so as you can see, they're about the same build. It looks like Aquaman might be a little on the bigger, a little bit of a bigger buck, like a little wider, but that, I think I might just be seeing things. No, my Aquaman's definitely on about a larger buck, so that's cool. And but they are about the same height. Of course, now his knees are bent, and I'm trying to keep them straight, but sorry. So yeah, they are about, maybe Aquaman's a little taller, but no, they're about the same height. So yeah, they look cool together. You can have them fighting each other. It looks great. And might as well throw Aqualad in here. This is the Young Justice Aqualad. And as you can see, he's shorter than both of them, which looks really cool. So he fits in nicely over here. So you got a little Aqua family. And yeah, so definitely I like all these figures, really, except his head sculpt. But yeah, I definitely do recommend this guy. Keep an eye out on eBay if you're not looking for the piece to Gorilla Grodd. Keep an eye for him loose and kind of keep it in the $20 range. But definitely try and get the accessories because they are nice. I really like the Trident. I think it's cool looking. And this, you know, hey, why not have this too? So, you know, you're already paying $20 for a loose figure when the retail price back in the day was $15. So try and get the accessories. And that's about it, guys. So here we had the Wave 2, DC Universe Classics Wave 2 Black Manta figure. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in future videos. Bye, guys.